This is episode 321. I, I hope that you enjoy this episode. Another isolation episode here in my room, and I hope that you enjoy it. This is Barry 5th. It's Thursday, the 20th of January, 2022. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 321, coming to you live from my room. Unfortunately, I am still in isolation again. As frustrating as it is, I've got to do it. We all have to do it here. And as much as we don't like isolating, well, guys, it is to keep us all safe. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any PPE to show you today because I showed you it in the last video I did. So, just to give you a heads up about what has happened, a couple of more cases have popped up here in Oceania, unfortunately, and it's a bit of a bummer, but we mustn't go stomping stomp. This has been my favourite phrase since this isolation and lockdown began, so, we mustn't go stomping stomp, because we must isolate in our rooms, okay? And the people that work with us, they must change their PPE equipment when they leave their room, take it off, I should say, and when they're about to enter the room, put on the PPE, the goggles, the gloves, and the mask. And once again, I do not have, well, unfortunately, I should say, I don't have any of the equipment to show you on screen at the moment. So, this is episode 321, and it is coming up to 25 minutes to 9 here on this greyish Thursday morning, and it is quite muggy, so we've had a few muggy days whilst we have been in this lockdown and isolating in our room. Now, let me explain to you what has happened here. Okay, so on Saturday night, we all got told to go back into our room because I won't say why, but we have been isolating since Saturday night. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Okay, so that this is day 6 now of this isolation period. So as boring as it is, guys, we must do as we're told and abide by the orders by the New South Wales Health, our managers, the staff, you name it, it happens. It has to happen. So today I am going to try and bake some bread again like I did last week. Now you remember that I had Matt Brown with me here in the studio. Well, he might not be in the studio today, so I'm doing episode 321 on my own solo today. So I'm flying solo today, and this is yours truly, Barry Fair, here coming up to 25 minutes to 9 o'clock here on Thursday morning. Now, normally I would be leaving to go to St. Ives, but of course I cannot do that at the moment. No one can go to Cabs or Packforce or Avenue or anywhere like that, or anywhere like that for that matter. So you remember how I came in isolation after I came back from Northern Beaches Hospital on the 7th of this month? Yeah. Well, I got let out on Wednesday. I was only let out for a couple of days, and then on Saturday night, straight back into isolation we all went. So, so a couple of people were frustrated, and due to the privacy reasons, I cannot say why. They were frustrated because it is not my place for me to say on the show. I must respect people's privacy, dignity, and confidentiality. This is very important on the show and very important during the lockdown and isolation period. Now, while I am waiting for my breakfast, I'll just briefly tell you what's been happening in here. Well, basically nothing. I have been watching a movie called Superside Me. Now, you remember that movie from 2004 where the guy ate McDonald's for 30 days? Well, can you eat McDonald's for 30 days? My stomach could not handle it. I can tell you that much. Now, this film was done in America. Okay, Morgan uh, Morgan Spurlock, who did the film. Okay, he ate McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I'll say it again. So I will say it again. He ate McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I will take a break and get back to you with the rest of the story. So stay tuned. Good morning and welcome back. The time is 12 minutes past 9 here on Thursday morning, the the 20th of January, and welcome along to you. And thanks for tuning in wherever you may be waking up on this special isolation video. Now, before breakfast, I told you why I was in isolation. But for those of you that have just woken up and just tuned in, well, let me explain to you how this all started. Now, you remember how I came back from Northern Beaches Hospital on the 7th of January, and I had to go back into isolation? Well, go into isolation, I beg your pardon, I should say. Well, when I got back from Northern Beaches Hospital on the 7th of January, I had to isolate for a couple of days. Well, it was very frustrating that I had to do it, but obedience is the key here at Oceania when there is a critical crisis. Now, not long after I had come out of isolation last Wednesday, again, I had to be placed back in isolation on Saturday night while I was already doing it anyway. Now, for those of you that don't know what isolation is, well, it's when you have to isolate in your bedroom or your home for 7 days, and you have to get tested. So, this is what we've been doing here at Oceania for the past couple of days. Now, later on today on the show, I'm going to show you what a rapid testing kit is and how to use it. So I will be showing you that today on episode 321. So for those of you, for those of you, or if you don't know what a rapid testing kit is, okay, you use it, okay, to test where to see whether you've got COVID or not, okay, and you put this swab up your snodder. In this case, the nose. Hope you're not eating breakfast out there, but well, I've just finished mine. And then after you've done the test, guys, what you do is you wait 15 minutes for your result. Now, if there's one line on the kit, okay, you are negative. But if there are two lines, guys, that tells you you're positive. So one line for negative, okay, and then the other, if there's two lines, you are positive, okay. Now this isolation period was supposed to end on Saturday, but unfortunately it has been extended for another week. Okay, so what's happened? Okay, we got told on Tuesday that the lockdown or the isolation had to be extended for another week. So, as frustrating as it is, we had to do it. We had to do it. I should say we all had to do stuff that we don't want to do. So, as boring as it is, we all had to do it. So I will take a break and come back to you. It is 15 past 9. Well, unfortunately, we can't bake some bread for you today on the show, but just to let you know what's going on, we are still isolating in our room, and this is Barry Fair with you for the daily edition of the Daily Wraps. Now, normally we would be at our work places now, but unfortunately, due to all of this, we had to stay on site. And as frustrating as it is, we had to do it. So if you're feeling down or out, please talk to someone about this. Don't go stompity stomp because it's not going to work. So since Saturday night, I have been in lockdown and in my room, not being able to go anywhere. But am I going to stompity stomp? Of course not. Will that get me anywhere? Of course not. Being angry because we had to isolate, ladies and gentlemen, it won't do us any good at all. So, like I just said now, if you're feeling upset or down or feel you need to talk to someone, please don't bottle it up because you're making the situation even worse, and even write down in a diary about how you were feeling. There is no excuse not to write anything in a diary about how you were felt or how you were feeling, because you may wake up feeling great one day, and then the next day you may wake up feeling absolutely stuffed, and you won't want that to happen. So, what I would like to say to you on the show today is do not keep anything in. Talk to someone about how you are feeling. Even talk to your health manager or the staff that are looking after you guys, because if you don't talk to someone about how you were feeling, well, how can people help you? How can people support you in what way they can? Which way they can, sorry. So, my advice to you today on the show is really do reach out to someone, guys. Like, do a YouTube video on how you were feeling, tell you subscribers and things like that. There is absolutely no call not to tell someone how you were feeling. Okay, because you've got to let the contents out of the bottle sooner rather than later. And the sooner you unscrew the lid of that bottle and let the contents out and tell someone how you have felt, then he or she may be able to help you. Because if you do not tell anyone how you are feeling, okay, how can people help you? Suggest, suggest, come up with some ideas. If you are bored during the isolation, there is no need to isolate yourself. Get yourself a bread maker in the room. Make some bread, make a pie from your pie maker. Look up some recipes for dinner, that sort of thing. There is absolutely no call not to feel bored. There is absolutely no excuse for this. Please, guys, come on, use your initiative. Get someone to help you tidy your bedroom up, tidy your drawers, that sort of thing. You know? And like I've said, have a cup of tea or something, that sort of thing. Sit outside on your balcony or something, that sort of thing. There is absolutely no call not to sit in your room and not do nothing. Listen to a radio station or something. There is absolutely no call not to sit there and do nothing. Read a book, turn on your radio, turn the telly on, stretch out on your bed, think about what you'd like for dinner, that sort of thing. Okay? There are lots of things that you can do to combat the boredom in isolation and in lockdown. There is absolutely no excuse to say to someone that you are bored. Organize for the bread maker to come into your room like I did. But unfortunately, I haven't got the ingredients to make bread, so tomorrow I may have to organize that. So I hope that you enjoyed today's show and episode 321, as I have brought 320 to you on Tuesday. So stay safe, everybody. The time is 7 minutes after 11 o'clock. You take care, and I will see you on the next episode. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed today's episode of episode 321. Join me again for another episode here in this room tomorrow, Friday, the 21st of January. Have a great day, and I will talk to you next episode. Have a great day. Bye bye.